All right, we're back again with another, hopefully only about 5 more minutes, but I've been seeming to go over because it's such exciting stuff we're talking about here. But, this next topic is going to be on the importance of IT security. IT security, in my opinion, without getting into the definition of it per se, from like Google, is the safeguarding of your network assets, information, or any type of value or data that your company is holding or you yourself is holding that someone may find interesting or important to do you or someone else some kind of harm. Whether it's financial, physical, mental, just a lot of just different things for different type of reactions that can be done through, breaches in your security. And that's why IT security is so important. Whether you are being targeted, through hackers, which there are 5 different type of hackers, in my opinion, that I know of, that you could have. You could have the you get white hat, black hat, blue hat, gray hat, and elite. Just to give you a quick rundown on those 3 things, I just want to go from probably least to highest. I forgot Kitty. Kitty are people that really aren't hackers, but they run the scripts that hackers actually put out there. So you have the blue hat hacker, which is one that is trying to do your company harm. They are also running scripts, but they run little macro adjustments to find areas inside of your company or organization or household where they can infiltrate your system through all different types and variations of attacks and malware. Also there's the white hat hacker who really doesn't know that they're hacking. Maybe they do, but they aren't doing any harm, but they still are entering your system without, like your knowledge. Then the gray hacker is probably someone who you will want on your team. I'm sorry, I got those two mixed up. Flip that. White, gray. White is someone you want on your team because you've hired. Gray is the person who may not know. But I'm not going to redo this. It just is what it is. You just have to recall it, do your research. And then there are, like I was saying, the gray. We already went over the blue, and I'm going over my notes that I just lost track. White, gray. Oh yeah, we haven't black. Black is a little bit darker. The black are intentional, and they probably do a lot of actual editing into the scripts that are ran. Followed by the elite, which are the top of the top guys. I like to find or figure out. I'm one of the gray people still in that gray area, learning more about IT security and all the malware, whether it be viruses, worms, ransomware, rootkit, all these different things that attack your system at different levels, even spam. I know y'all probably get a lot of spam email out there. I see that's tick on the rise. So there are different variations and levels of IT security and different things that should be put in place throughout your organization. For your small businesses, like I was saying, direction is big. So, in my opinion, it's always good to get somebody with an overall understanding, not only of your business, but also of technology, so you can merge those 2 things together effectively. Like I was saying before, the different types of security, the different types of security assets or tools that you can have, are you can always get you like firewalls or systems, DMZs, access points or access control from like the system on the outside part, and then working your way down would be software, something like CrowdStrike, to monitor your system for these vulnerabilities, just to make sure your information and your people stay safe. And you also want to have an IT security personnel. They may not be on site, but somebody who is monitoring these services and also staying on top of the new and latest things that may not be out there in the world right now that you can take advantage of. So those are some of the things that I find very important and why I believe IT security is just as important as the technology part, because they go hand in hand even though they should not be mixed. So that's another thing too that you might want to put down in your repertoire is if you have an IT guy and the technology guy, or I'm sorry, and the security guy, and those two guys are the same, maybe you need to work on roles and separating those, because you can blur the lines and things can really get vulnerable and out there in the public, and you don't want to get fined for anything, or worse, get anybody hurt or something like that. So those are some of the things that I find important, why Motion Consultant, we find these things important as we move forward into the future. And just like before, we're always booming.